can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. It's me, Niall. Delighted as always to be joined by Owen, and we're here in final prediction mode for a very interesting one this weekend as the former world heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder looks to save his career. To be honest with you, when he faces the big underdog, his fellow countryman Tyrrell Herndon in Kansas. This a huge one after two bad losses for Deontay Wilder against Joseph Parker and Zhilei Zhang, and he needs to get past this test if he's to get one more big night, at least one more big night. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Always is when Deontay Wilder is fighting on. Say what you want about him. One of the most exciting fighters we've seen. Let's jump straight into it. What is your final prediction for Deontay Wilder against Tyrrell Herndon this Friday?
Thank you for having me on as always. It's Deontay Wilder knockout, and it's an early knockout. FA Jagba. I've never actually seen Herndon fight. All I've seen is his results. He got chinned by two nobodies. FA Jagba chinned him on his debut, pretty sure inside the first round, and Richard Torres Jr. chinned him inside two rounds as well. So he can clearly be hurt. He can clearly get knocked out, and although infamous on the channel for saying it, but if he doesn't knock him out, then he is beyond finished. Tyrrell Herndon is probably not even in the top 250 heavyweights on the planet. So you'd hope it's just to keep warm, get another knockout, get the fire burning again, to get a big fight. So yeah, Wilder inside four, round three, I'd say.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think it is an early Wilder knockout in spite of what we've seen in the last couple of fights. You know, there's clearly issues there that we will talk about in this video before we kind of wrap it up. But I think if it did go five, I'd be surprised. You know, I think within those first four rounds, a KO for Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. But yeah, you said it there, which kind of it does lead me on to my next question. You said it has to be a knockout. That's the feeling here, isn't it? That he has to not only win, it's not a matter of just winning. He has to look good doing it here, doesn't he? He can't kind of labor past this and then get a knockout. He has to look sensational in this, really. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's spot on. It's not a case of he lost in two close fights. If he did, then fair enough. If he just wanted, to get rid of the demons, shake off the ring rust and just get in there, throw a few punches, win the rounds and survive, and just get through it onto a big fight, then fair enough. But the manner of the losses, he got bludgeoned in both of them fights. After the Fury trilogy as well. He's taken a lot of damage, a lot of heavy punches. The Zhang fight was a stupid decision. We've seen that Joyce. We've seen Wilder learn the hard way. So for me, he has to knock him out. He can't take any punches. I think if he faces adversity, and if it was serious adversity, even if he gets through it, the top heavyweights would be laughing at him. So for me, if he wants to still be taken seriously in the division, he needs to absolutely dismantle. He needs to. It needs to be a dismantling. He's got to be brutal. He's got to find that savage inside him again, and make sure Tyrrell Herndon is knocked unconscious. And then he moves on to big fights again. But yeah, if he looks poor in this for me, then I just, well, God, I don't see anything left for him.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. I don't think anybody could disagree with that. To get any sort of that aura back, that mystique back, he has to make quick work of this guy. He really does quick, decisive work. He can do it. He definitely can do it. The world are at his best. This wouldn't even be a question of an early knockout. But there's just so many questions to answer. Like the mentality is just gone. Like the confidence is totally gone. And it's just such a shock to see him carrying on. After that first that Parker fight, he basically said it as much himself in the interview that he's mentally checked out from boxing. Which was good to see. We were like, okay, he's made his money, done his bit for his family, gave us good memories, but then, step away at a good time, and then as you said, he takes that stupid decision to fight Zhilei Zhang, gets plastered in that one, brutal knockout, which was, grim to see. But you have to question if he's financially stable and he's set, why is he carrying on? But yeah, let's say he does, before we wrap up, let's say he does brutally dispatch of Tyrrell Herndon here, as expected. He gets that confidence back, even if it's against an underwhelming opponent. Give me one name. Who's the dream opponent you'd love to see Deontay Wilder in with? And would he win that fight, whoever you pick?
Got to be AJ. A fight that we probably should have seen many a year ago now, but a fight where we could be looking at the loser is done. The loser is finished. Yeah, it's high stakes. If the winner gets a big knockout, they're not back at the top of the mountain, but they're halfway up the mountain with one fight away from maybe a crack at the top of the mountain again. But the losers, it's not even just like a little mountain, it's like being sent off the top of Everest. For that fight for me. So for me it's AJ. I think, both men are at similar-ish stages of their career. Obviously AJ got knocked out by Dubois, but was a lot more competitive in that fight than Deontay Wilder was with Zhilei Zhang. So that's why I say similar-ish stages, because I think AJ's probably got a little bit more, probably quite a bit more actually in the tank than Wilder. But for me, that's the only fight I want to see. Both men have to get the knockout, really. Both men are going to be looking for the knockout to get their careers back on top with a big victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't disagree again. I think it is the fight. Unfortunately we missed out on it for years while they're about at their peak, but I don't think anybody would say no to seeing it, especially if Wilder gets past Tyrrell Herndon decisively, which he should. He should do, but this is huge. He slips up against Tyrrell Herndon, or as you said, looks underwhelming. That's basically it for Deontay Wilder. But yeah, this is a crucial one. The former heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder. That was our final predictions for his return this weekend against countryman Tyrrell Herndon in Wichita, Kansas. A huge fight to keep his career alive. So let us know what you think. Do you agree with our predictions on this one? Is it an early, brutal Deontay Wilder knockout, or can Herndon cause what would be a seismic upset even at this stage of Wilder's career? Let us know what you think. Get involved down below. And yeah, as always, if you're not doing so already, really appreciate it if you first of all drop a like on this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel at ESBR Boxing, and follow us on all social media. Owen, it was a pleasure, and take care.